everybody a welcome in. Let's get into a part 1 of 50. Let's go through and see state by state all of the missing children, teenagers that have been lost in the process. Why is it that we go hard for one individual, a child, and that is the only child that is spoke about, families criticized, creators fighting? What about the other children that are missing? Do they not deserve to get a little media exposure? I believe they do. Let's start with Alabama. And with that, let's get into it. I am going to go off of the Missing and Exploited Children's website. Some of these are supposed runaways. Some of these just went missing. Some of these might have been taken by a parent. And God forbid, some of these poor children may have been trafficked. So let's just go ahead and start. Niruka Abuts Iraq's Jessica McCall, Michaela Zillig, Jasmine Turk, Kasea Clark, Kylie Gibson, Jamia Braxton, Spencer White, Aaliyah Fields, Donasia Gooden, Sonia Morales Fernandez, Josiah Myers, Gracie Jimenez Velasquez, Teddy Weaver. I don't want to mess up her name. Ariania Stinton, Delshawn Bailey, Jasmine McReynolds, Tarika Hartley, Amaria Herbert, Isaiah Akin. And this is page 1. Let's continue to page 2. Page 2. They've got Isaiah Atkins on page 1 and page 2, Kalani Baggage, Gloria Lopez, Jaden Bates, Paige Williams, Carice Jackson, Nicholas Washam, Kiaya Barnett, Aaliyah Long, Austin Childers, Elisa Harden, Sadie's Easter, Rosana Galvez, Edson Bach, Hank Kinman, Gabriel Cheever, Grace Miller, Gracie Kelly, Cornelius Anthony, Madison Flores. This is day 2 of me recording this video, and since yesterday they have added another missing child in Alabama, and I will touch on her at the end. Let's continue. Page 3. Jeremiah Lloyd, Erica Amisa Alman, Giovanni Xol Pop, Jason Sims, Marta Mendez, Brittany Robinson, Brittany Wood, Shayna Peoples, Tarasha Benjamin, Haley Colwell, LaQuanta O'Reilly, Fred Wright, Kimberly Arrington, Kimberly Raymer, Brenda Green, Sherry Marler, Mary Jo Burnett, Carla Corley, Christina Carter, and Daniel Barter. And look at the ages that these poor innocent people would be if they did not go missing. Sad. Let's go back to the new girl that was added. Madison Leanne McLemore, missing June 24th, 2024, 16 years old. Let's talk about statistics in Alabama from the Global Slavery Index. Estimates that there are over 6,000 victims of human trafficking each day in Alabama, which includes labor and sex trafficking as a $32 billion industry. Human trafficking is the second largest criminal industry in the world after the illicit drug trade, and it's the fastest growing. How scary is of that? Trafficking of facts and statistics. Human trafficking is a criminal activity that is characterized by the exploitation of adults and children for profit. The two most common types of trafficking are labor and slavery. At Together Freedom, our focus is to rescue and care of domestic child trafficking victims. Today, there are at least 20,000 slaves under the age of 18 in the United States. According to the Department of Justice, the average age of these children is 13 years old. My gosh, you cannot make this up. 80% of these children are girls, and 80% of those girls are slaves. This map right here was based on human trafficking cases reported through the Polaris operated U.S. National Human Trafficking Hotline in 2019, because the majority of human trafficking cases go unreported. The problem is likely much worse than this map indicates. Who are the victims of trafficking? Anyone can be a victim, but there are certain demographics that are more vulnerable to being exploited through trafficking. Average age of a child trafficking victim is 12 to 14 years old. Between 60 to 70% of trafficking victims are from the child welfare system. Girls with a history of abuse are a higher risk to be trafficked. 1 in 7 runaway children are reported as child trafficking victims. The average lifespan of a non-rescued trafficking victim is 7 to 10 years from the time they were trafficked. Who is the trafficker holder? 3% are trafficked by an employer. 45% of victims are trafficked by a family member. How sick is that? 40% of victims are trafficked by an intimate partner of the victim. Traffickers will abuse, threaten, and withhold needs to their victims to manipulate them. How are they being trafficked? Online recruitment accounted for 65% of reported trafficking cases in 2021. And we know it's probably much higher in 2024. And why don't the victims try to escape? Many different methods these slaveholders use to manipulate and control their slaves. These impressionable and dependent children want to be accepted by someone. The slaveholder is the only person they really know in this new reality. They manipulate the girls by telling them they love them, buying them gifts, and taking them to exciting places in order to keep them submissive. This produces a Stockholm syndrome where the victims actually think they are loved, thus eschewing their concept of love and keeping them under the slaveholders' control. So that was Alabama. If you know anybody in any of these posters that we discussed today, say something. Call your local PD and let them know. Something has to give. It is a scary world that we live in, and the fact that our children are being trafficked in a $1 billion industry every year is absolutely disgusting. Drop your comments. You know that I love to hear from you. But with that, it is a wrap. Everybody, thank you for coming in. Please make sure you click that like, the subscribe, and the bell for notifications so you do not miss the next time we drop a video and or a go live. Everybody, have a good day or a good night wherever you are in the world and stay vigilant. I am out.